What do you know about the untold stories of human rights abuses in remote corners of the world? We often hear about major global crises, but seldom do we hear about obscure human rights abuses happening in less visible parts of the world. This silence, however, does not mean these atrocities are any less real. Today, we're going to shed light on two such groups that have been involved in severe human rights violations: the Meitei Arambai group and the UNLF Meitei militants. The Meitei Arambai group, hailing from the northeastern part of India, is known for its strong ethnic roots and unique cultural practices. But beneath this cultural fabric lies a more sinister reality. This group has been involved in numerous human rights abuses, using their cultural traditions as a guise for their actions. Then there are the UNLF Meitei militants. This group is a part of the larger United National Liberation Front, an organization that has been fighting for the independence of Manipur, a state in northeastern India. The UNLF Meitei militants have been involved in a series of human rights violations under the pretense of their fight for independence. One of the most gut-wrenching incidents involves the violation of over 25 Kuki girls. This horrifying act is not just a blatant disregard for human rights, but it also highlights the gender-based violence that is often interwoven with these abuses. These girls, like many others, have been victims of a war they did not choose, trapped in a cycle of violence and oppression. These groups, though located thousands of miles away from us, are a stark reminder of the global reach of human rights abuses. Their ideologies, rooted in ethnic pride and the fight for independence, have been twisted into justifications for horrific acts of violence. As we delve deeper into these stories, it's crucial to remember that these are not just narratives. They are lived experiences of individuals who have endured unimaginable suffering. They are testimonies of resilience in the face of blatant disregard for human dignity. These stories, though unheard, are a brutal reality for many individuals. Can you imagine the terror of living under constant threat and fear? Let's delve into the lives of those who didn't have to imagine it. They lived it. The Kuki girls, innocent victims of the UNLF Meitei militants. These young girls, at the cusp of their lives, were subjected to unspeakable horrors, the kind that shatter the soul and leave an indelible mark on the psyche. These girls, who should have been safe in their homes, playing in the fields, learning in schools, were instead violated in the most brutal way possible. Stripped of their dignity, their innocence, and their trust in humanity, they were left to bear the unbearable burden of their tormentors' sins. The human rights violations they suffered were not just physical, but deeply psychological. Fear, anxiety, and post-traumatic stress disorder became their constant companions. The world they had known was brutally ripped apart, replaced by a reality too cruel to bear. And the effects of these atrocities extended far beyond the victims themselves. Their families, their communities were left reeling in the aftermath. Parents were forced to watch helplessly as their children's lives were irrevocably altered. Communities were torn apart, their sense of safety and unity shattered. The ripples of these acts of terror spread far and wide, leaving a path of destruction in their wake. But amidst the darkness, there was resilience. These girls, their families, their communities refused to be broken. They stood tall, their spirit unbroken, their resolve unshaken. They chose to fight, to heal, to reclaim their lives. And yet the scars remain. Hidden beneath the surface, they serve as a painful reminder of the past. Each scar tells a story of pain, of fear, of survival. They are a testament to the strength of the human spirit, but they are also a stark reminder of the atrocities these victims have faced. The scars these victims bear are a testament to the atrocities they have faced. What if your voice could bring justice to these victims? Imagine if your words, your actions could be the catalyst for change, the beacon of hope for those who have been silenced. In the face of such chilling atrocities, there are those who refuse to remain silent. Human rights activists, relentless in their pursuit of justice, have been tireless in bringing these issues to light. They are the unsung heroes who brave the shadows, documenting the unspeakable, amplifying the voices of the victims and demanding accountability. But their endeavors are not solitary. They are part of a global chorus, a collective plea for justice that resonates across borders, transcending cultures and languages. This is the power of global awareness, a force that can topple walls of silence and indifference. We all have a part to play in this symphony of justice. You, me, everyone. Our words, our actions can add to this chorus, echoing the call for human rights. We can educate ourselves, spread awareness, stand in solidarity with the victims, and demand change from those in power. But what about solutions? How can we help? The international community's role is crucial. Through diplomatic pressure, economic sanctions, and international tribunals, we can compel those responsible to answer for their crimes. We must also support the rehabilitation and recovery of the victims. This means providing them with the necessary resources, protection, and support to rebuild their lives. And lastly, we must work towards a world where such atrocities are a thing of the past. This requires addressing the root causes, promoting dialogue and understanding, and fostering a culture of respect for human rights. In standing against these atrocities, we affirm our commitment to human rights and justice. Because every voice matters, because every life matters. This is our call to action, this is our call for justice.